Here is a good place to try and get through. This crate isn't large enough for... That could be used as a weapon in an... With this cable car, we can get up onto the warehouse roof. This motor is from the cable car. There's a little petrol left. Empty, judging by the smell. Look at this hole. This motor...
Given the maintenance, this...
True, Watson, but let us... Look at this hole. There's a little petrol left. Cutting pliers. They could be useful. There is a metal ladder stuck under the cable car. The lever is... a crank. This chest is... This motor is... Let us hope it... The crank? No, I can't do that. There's a little petrol left. There are 2 guards in front of the main entrance. Vodka.
Russian alcohol.
This motor is... There's a little... Here's what we can use for...
It works.
We are going to separate. I will find a way into the fair, and you must investigate the warehouse.
Very well, I'll do that.
There is no one on the roof. If the machine should get out of control, then just use the brake. There ought to be one.
I should hope so. Anyway, there's no other choice. And when I've found out what is going on down there, what should I do then?
Come and join me in the fairground. You can follow my route to get over the fence. Then you should find me easily enough. Good luck, my dear fellow.
Come on, John. Courage! No one seems to have noticed me. Now It's a miracle that this reservoir is standing. The feet are being eaten away by rust. The bags contain... I'll keep the... Carts from the soup kitchens. They appear to be queuing up. A large... It's too dark inside this reservoir. It's impossible to see anything, but I can hear a slight lapping of water. It's impossible. It's impossible. I must find out what is going on inside this warehouse, but have to be careful. The window is too dirty. My cloth is too... It's too dangerous. An empty bottle. So, it is inside these warehouses that Prince Woodville's canteens on wheels are filled up, and Hans is there to add his poison. That siren is a signal to open the doors and let out the carts of poisoned soup, destined for London. I wonder what Holmes is doing at this moment.
This crate isn't locked. It's covered. The way. Good, I'm in. Now I must find Moriarty. The stand's owner must live here. The stand's accounts book. Nothing interesting. No, it is unnecessary. No. No, it is unnecessary. A target from a firing range. It depicts a lion. A firing range. It seems to me that there is some... Elementary. There is a hiding place here. Interesting. I can't see a key. Let's see. It's the stand's till. I need... If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutral. A telephone line. Interesting. It comes from that large building. A target from a... I am missing some... The stand's accounts book. The cover is dented. Curious. Let's look at the book's secret. Secret accounts. The stand's owner must do something other than manage a simple coconut shy, and there is a strange poem about animals. It's clear that there is a link between the... I can't see it. There we are. It is simplicity itself. The stand's slush fund. I wonder what happened to the owner that he should leave without his savings. It's open. This building was a menagerie. This cage has been blocked with a large syringe. A key. Old. Everything points to that cage. Oh, what a smell. There must have been wild animals here once. I pity the animals that were shut up in here. The cages are very narrow. Apparently, the only thing, if the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I'm nothing of interest. I need something. I need some.
You there!
I must put... There. That should interest our guard.
are you? Alert!
Good. My little stratagem is in place. All I need to do is to wait for him to come back here. The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly. I have to shut him up, and quickly. I must find a way of... Perfect. Thanks to... Perfect. Another guard. This place is full of them. I cannot risk a confrontation. He'll see me coming and I'll lose the element of surprise. I'll need to find a way to trap him. They must have exhibited those poor wretches in these cages and presented them as being dangerous. Bearded... Be careful of those boxes. They are... People must have been locked up in here. The cage is held shut. This cage is still occupied. He's still alive. But he's barely human now. Moriarty must have tested his... I wonder what this machine... A rail system is fixed to the ceiling, and the crank, the hook, is above the cage of this poor wretch. I need some... There. This way I can open the poor fellow's cage. The mermaid, Poseidon's daughter. This large, I could easily open the cage by raising... The cage is held... The cage... The cage... I suppose it was on this small stage. Ah, here's some... What a dreadful diary. That Hans is the only real monster. The bearded lady kept the key to this chemistry. Here's what I've been... The trap is in place. Now I... The guard must have been warned. The guard is inside. Closed. I must find a way of new... I can't do... Well, I'll be... But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are, Holmes. Did you have any problems?
None, apart from a few small things. What have you found out about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hands.
And in the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
What?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling powers. Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he guard himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
The chaos will only last for the time he needs.
You mean to say
that these poor wretches will all die 48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hansa's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it'll collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never. Look, Holmes, there appears to be some sort of control panel.
With an antenna, whatever its purpose might be. Telephone line. It goes to the haunted house. It seems that this window is more vulnerable than the main door.
I think it is too high. It's protected by bars with a closed window behind it. These caravans must be inhabited. Look, there is smoke coming out of one of them.
An international anarchy. A metal plate. A wanted poster in Russian with the portraits of the three brothers on it. Closed. This ladder is only held back. This ladder I can hear noises. This stall is a washroom. I can see water. Apparently, they are more gallons of. There is no one here, and nothing very interesting.
Look, Holmes, the three Russian brothers.
With a coal stove and dynamite.
What should we do next, Holmes?
And then the dynamite would be very useful for blowing up the tank.
Good idea. But in order that we can get it, we'll have to get them out of there without their knowing we are here. The best thing to do is to carry on exploring this place, Holmes.
It is the chimney pipe. I could smoke them out by blocking the pipe, but the air in the I pity the people who must have risked.
This place must have been magnificent.
Shh. Watson, look, on the stage. Prince Woodville.
And it is with an immense pride that I take possession of the attributes of the crown and swear in front of you to serve my people with... Gentlemen, who are you? I don't believe I know you.
Not as yet, Your Royal Highness, but I am overjoyed that you are familiar with the crowning ceremony.
Of course. A good king should know it.
That makes my duty so very much easier. Let me introduce myself. My name is Howard Sawbury, and I am in charge of the aforementioned protocol and the master of ceremonial events at Buckingham Palace.
Yes, and I'm Sir John Cannard, in charge of the peacocks in the royal gardens.
Congratulations, Sir John. Excellent imagination.
I'm pleased to meet you, gentlemen, but what brings you here?
Do you mean to say that no one has informed you? Have you not been in the city? It is Queen Victoria, of course. She has been dethroned.
Really? So soon? Well, according to my special advisor, Professor Moriarty, that should not take place until a few days from now.
The people have decided otherwise, sir, and now they're calling for their new sovereign, the benevolent, most understanding Prince Woodville.
Ah, gentlemen, you bring me great news. My good people have carried out their duty. I can finally take my rightful place, and happily before the bombs detonated.
Actually, sir, we're here to warn you that you are in grave danger.
What do you mean?
Among your close advisors, I regret there are traitors who are already plotting against you. We have reliable information that these terrorists are part of an international anarchist network, and...
Ah, gentlemen, I know who you are talking about. I'm sure you mean the strange gentleman employed by Professor Moriarty. Asians or,
Russians, sir.
Whatever. These men must be stopped before their bombs explode.
They're bombs?
Yes, Sir John. Bombs placed all over London. I was not at all fond of the idea, but Professor Moriarty was quite adamant.
Do you know where these bombs are precisely?
Of course not. But I do know that those anarchists created their exploding devices here.
You must tell us everything that you know about the bombs, sir.
Why should I? You're not a pyrotechnist, are you? I must speak urgently with Professor Moriarty.
They are dangerous anarchists who have committed murderous acts in their own country against the Tsar's line.
That is impossible. The professor assured me of their loyalty.
Moriarty does not require you anymore, sir. He does not wish to give you the throne. He desires it for himself.
The devil.
Sir, we are going to help you. You must tell us where the bombs are planted. The people will never forget a sovereign who began his reign by saving his subjects from such atrocities.
I confess that I do not know where they are. But surely the Russian anarchists must know.
What do the bombs look like?
They appear very complicated. It is impossible to defuse them. I remember that they were put together here, in a wooden stall between two tents, next to the Russian caravans. They were the only ones who had a key. Besides that traitor Moriarty, of course.
We're going to try to open that stall.
Wait, I demand an explanation. If everyone is plotting against me, then how do I know that you are not also party to the plot?
But we...
Bring me Professor Moriarty, Mr. Sawbury, without delay. Sir John will remain here with me.
I should be able to remove the prince without endangering Watson's life. these tangled ropes. He's not moving. He appears to have passed out.
But he could come around at any moment and sound the alarm.
Yes, before leaving the theater, we must make certain that that does not happen.
Not so long ago, those words coming from you would have frozen my blood.
Rest assured, my friend, that Sherlock Holmes no longer exists. Get rid of him now. There is a label underneath this lever. Magician. Hey, presto, it's magic. No more paranoid prince.
Well done, Holmes. Look, Holmes, Prince Woodville lost his ring during the fight. What were these dumb...
The prince put them there to... There is an enormous diamond in the middle.
We must find the